So it's Wednesday again today, and we are here on the segment of Ask Garrett Anything. So today's question, we've got Isha again from the Creator Circle. Girl, we've got a lot of questions, but it's good. It means that you're progressing. And this question is, you probably might have watched one of my videos that stir you to actually get this question. Okay, it's a beautiful question. Okay, so before I head into the question of the day, Namo Desh, my name is Garrett, and my mission as a life coach and a law of attraction coach is to help people realize their infinite potential by tapping into spirituality, law of attraction, and feng shui. So I'm very blessed and fortunate to be trained under a Himalayan yogi, and I was also very blessed to be spiritually awakened with all my spiritual gifts, and yeah. So without further ado, let's go into the question, okay? So again, Isha's question goes like this. Garrett, I am so much confused between what is logical mind and intuition. Could you please help me in figuring it out? I think it's not logical mind alone, it's logical, unlogical mind, okay? So to first answer your question, let's answer the bits of the logical part, okay? So logical mind is why do I call it logical and unlogical mind? It's because when you say that you're using the logical mind to think, okay, it is your logical mind is what we've been programmed, okay? Why do I say what we've been programmed? We've been programmed by the upbringing that we have, the culture, the traditions, okay? And the family members, the friends all around you, okay? So why do I say that? So take for instance, if you go for a job interview, so you've got 2 job interviews, okay? And two of these companies want to hire you, okay? Let's talk about the logical bits, So job A wants to offer you a high salary, okay? And job B offers you a lower salary. So maybe job A offers you like $10,000 a month. So job B offer you $5,000 a month, okay? So what does the logical mind immediately would think? I will go for job A, right? Because it's gonna pay me $10,000 a month. So why would I want to go for job B, right? So what is the difference between the logical mind and the intuition? Okay, for the intuition, when job A comes up and job B comes out, what is the difference between intuition and using the logical mind? So the logical mind actually judges. You see, why do I say judges? Because logical mind will go straight on into connection with your egoistic mind. Okay, so straight away the mind would actually start to judge already. You see, whereas the intuition doesn't judge. Intuition is connection to your higher self and to the universe, to all the divine energies up there, okay? And whenever you're tapping into intuition, right, know this, it is a good feeling, or what we call a gut feeling, okay, or a God feeling, okay? So why do I say a God feeling? Because it's a feeling. You can't explain where is it coming from. It's not coming, is it coming from the heart, or is it coming from the gut, or is it coming from the stomach? Where is it coming from? You can't actually explain where is the feeling, but it's just a strong feeling that draws you into doing certain things, okay? So that's the intuition. Whereas for the logical, unlogical mind, it is a past memory that has been programmed into your subconscious, or even so much so to your conscious mind, you see? So straight away when you're given the opportunity of selecting job A and job B, you definitely go for job A because it's higher salary. And of course you'll be considering all the factors, you'll be judging, oh, why is job A paying me so much whereas job B is paying me this, you see? So straight away the logical mind will start to judge already, will make assumptions. You'll start to think that, because I'm worth this salary, so I therefore I should go for job A. So and you also be starting to think that why is job A offering me so much? Am I gonna work my ass off in this company? You see? So that's where the logical unlogical mind will start to kick in, you see? And definitely all this past programming of you should be getting as much high salary as much as you can, because that's where you actually make it more successful. This kind of thing will actually start to come in, you see, and that's where your logical, unlogical mind, your ego kicks in. See? Whereas the intuition is there's no ego involved. Okay? Intuition is straight on loving. It always stems from a loving place. It will always come from your highest good. Okay? So whenever the intuition kicks in, you just can't explain it. It's just like a feeling. Take for instance, okay, let's put this scenario in towards love. Okay? So we got two guys, okay? So Isha, you're a lady, right? So I give you two guys, okay? So one, super handsome, six-pack, okay? Has six-pack abs and super rich, okay? However, person B is somebody that you are very comfortable with, okay? And you enjoy talking to him, and there's certain feelings that you have for this guy already. However, he's not as well to do. He's not fit. He's perhaps even a little bit bubbly. He's a little bit, still got a little bit of meat here and there. So, but nonetheless, what I call intuition is basically feelings, you see. So, can you use intuition, or would you use your logical mind to go for love? You probably go with intuition, right? Because intuition is something that makes you feel good. So whatever that makes you feel good is intuition. It's a calling, it's a drive, it's a passion, or it is something that you can't explain, you see. So a lot of even the most highly intelligent people, like the doctors, the nurses, or the lawyers, all the most intelligent people, the scientists, whatever you call, all those very, very high intelligence, okay? I'm pretty sure when they go for love, most of them would definitely go for the feeling. They go with the intuition. Because I feel comfortable talking to this person. That's why I would choose to be with that person. Rather than come up with using the logical mind, you have to come up with criteria. This guy, my husband or my wife, has to be a certain criteria, has to earn so much more money, you see, so much more, has to be very pretty, has to be very handsome, or whatever criteria that you have in mind. See, whenever you place criteria, whenever you're using the egoistic mind or the logical, unlogical mind to think, that's where you will not be happy. Why do I say that? Because you're using the external factor to actually evaluate your decisions. You see, because when you're using the logical mind, it's affected by the egoistic mind. You see, and whenever you're using the egoistic mind, if that egoistic logical thinking, right, can help you make that decision at that point, it can also affect you to be unhappy in the future. You see, so remember, it is something like a cycle. If you're always using the mind to actually make decisions, then it will eventually make you unhappy as well. You see, always know that the brain, the prime function of the brain is not only just to help you process, but the most primitive function of the brain is to actually protect you. You see, so I like you to think of back then when you were in the caveman generations, whereby we were still cavemen. We were all surviving in the caves, and we were all trying to survive in the forest, trying to get rid of animals that comes to attack us, trying to look for survival. So the brain's function is survival. So it will always tell you, and you will always make assumptions to avoid pain. You see? So that's the reason why whenever you're using the logical mind to make decisions, it's not exactly the best outcome. You see? You may think that is the best outcome for you. However, right now, if let's say I'm going to give you another scenario, okay? So, another scenario, let's say I'm going to give you apple A and apple B, okay? Apple A looks very fantastic. It looks beautiful, okay? The color is all red and it's all nice, okay? Apple B is a little bit yellowish and it's not fantastic looking, okay? So now, now if I were to make any of these apples, right? If I will to select apple A to be poisonous. Okay, I'll make apple A poisonous. Okay, then I'll make these 2 apples and give it to anyone who to choose. Okay, so the most logical person would die first. Why? Because the most logical people would actually select the beautiful ones, right? Because they are making assumptions. This is more beautiful, therefore I think that is more delicious, and therefore it's more safer than compared to the one that is a little bit yellowish, that looks a little bit like rotten kind of thing. So the mind straight away kicks in and make decisions, judgment, and the egoistic mind kicks in straight away. Therefore, know this. The most logical person will always die first. You see? Whereas the intuition is a gut feeling. You see, it's your sixth sense. It's trying to tell you that, look, something isn't right here. You see? And when the intuition tells you that something is fishy, why is that person trying to feed me apple A and apple B, and apple A looks beautiful and apple B, why is he still trying to feed me this? So however, the intuition is more than that. If you're able to go into inner work and you do self-discovery and you do a lot of meditations and you're able to raise your vibrations high, okay? And also, before you raise your vibrations high, if you were to know all my Absolute Alignment series, right, the first thing is to quiet the mind. Because why? The mind is like the sea of turbulence, okay? So if you're able to quiet down the sea of turbulence so it becomes still water, that's where everything becomes clearer. And when it becomes clearer, learn to raise your vibrations. And when you raise your vibrations, that's where you're more in tune with the alignment of the universal energies. That's where also your intuition starts to be more reactive. You become more sensitive and your senses increases as well. So perception will increase. So not only perception will increase, sense of smell, sense of taste, sense of touch, everything will increase. That's where we get our sixth sense stronger. You see? So of course, spiritually awakened people with their third eye activated and all, they can utilize a little bit. They're even more sensitive to energies, and their intuition is a lot more stronger. So even when their intuition is so strong that they can even sense when people are lying to them. So so the question is, whenever you know all this information, so take for instance, now you know the difference between intuition and you know the difference between logical and unlogical mind. You see? So now, how would you make use of this information? You see, because a lot of people say that information is power. However, to me, information is not power. Applied information is power. Okay, applied knowledge is power. Knowledge is power, right? However, applied knowledge is more powerful. Okay, so remember this. So now you know difference, and now you know that by trying to get yourself in tune to intuition, it is very important for you to actually increase your vibrations, okay, and also quiet the mind. So same thing, what Master always says is more feeling, okay, less thinking, more feeling. You see, if you use this thing so much, so you're always in state of protection, you're always in trying to take control. Whereas if you're listening to the intuition, something that makes you feel good, okay? Good and God, what's the difference? Zero, huh? There's 1 0 only. The word good and God. There's only 1 0 in between, okay? So the difference between your manifestations and what you feel good is only 0, okay? So know this, whenever you're in tune with intuition, even though there's no explanation behind why you're doing certain things, however, you just feel drawn to do that. So that's the intuition, okay? Give you an example of my scenario. So I was back then I was actually spiritually awakened last year. So when there's a lot of job offers came in, and there was one company that was offering me a high salary, and another company that's offering me a lower pay salary. So that's the comparison that I gave you initially, okay? Which one would you pick? You see, so I went with the initially I wanted to go with the logical mind. Okay, because it's gonna pay me higher salary, right? And the criteria that's being given there is so much more higher. And it's also a Chinese environment, and it's gonna make me feel a lot more comfortable, all this kind of thing, because I'm gonna be in comfort zone, you see. However, there was this strong feeling, there was this explanation that I can't seem to explain. There was this drive to go for the lower pay ones. A lot of people might call me stupid, okay, but nonetheless, it is always for the best outcome. You just need to learn how to tap into your intuition and know why it's always for the best outcome, okay? And sooner or later, I will be revealing the reason why I went for job B. But know this, your intuition is never wrong, okay? Because the higher self sees everything. The universe sees everything. It's because it's far more powerful than us. They even created us. How can they even be wrong, okay? Even whatever that you're more in tune right now. So intuition can stem from different sources. It could stem from your spirit guides. You can stem from the universe itself, maybe source, okay? And even stem from your guardian angels, and even stem from ascended masters. So there's so many tiers, so many layers that the intuition can actually come from, you see. And it can also come from your higher self. So what is the higher self? So the higher self is basically you in different dimensions, okay? It could be you in the past, you in the future. That's because to go deeper, time is parallel, right? So you're in different places at the different time, different dimensions right now. So this is gonna be a chapter in the future whereby I'll be explaining. But know this, so there's so many informations that can be channeled through this source of intuition. So nonetheless, it's still far more intelligent than what we human beings can actually explain, you see. So learn to understand this intuition and make good use of this, okay? Because it's never wrong, okay? I hope I answer your question, Isha. So make use of this information and go and do more meditations, do more calming of the mind, raise your vibrations, okay? So with that, probably down the road, you'll probably even be asking me what's the egoistic mind again. So with questions comes answers, but learn this. Some things you need to figure it out on your own, okay? Without trying, without doing, you will not understand, okay? And without understanding, you ask more questions, you don't apply it, you will not learn, okay? So keep practicing, okay? With that, I end my video off. Namo Dash, my name is Garret.